Hi 92, it's today's Island Hits. Monday morning, Mayor check-in with Mayor Victorino on the phone. Hey, Mayor Victorino, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I know you got some stuff to tell us, first of all, but a little bit later, I got some listener questions, if we could prompt that on you later on. Okay? What you got for us, Mayor? Any updates?
Well, again, good morning and aloha to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We found another case, unfortunately, tragically passed away, a gentleman from Washington State who had come here last month in March, about the middle part of March 17 or 18. I'm not certain on the date, and got sick shortly thereafter. And if we all remember, back in February, March, Washington State, the Seattle area, and some other areas around there became the hotbed of COVID-19. And so he was hospitalized and has been hospitalized for quite a while. And unfortunately, my condolences to the family, he passed away yesterday. And he was between the 40 and 59 age bracket, so not in the real, what I call, age bracket where we have great concerns with. However, it was travel related, and again, we're sorry that we had another passing contributed to the COVID-19. We had 2 more new cases yesterday, and as we stand right now, we're at 104 here in Maui and 2 on Molokai. The good news, on the other hand, is the fact that much of the tests, almost 80% of all the tests that have been done both here locally and Molokai and West Maui that have come back have been negative.
Oh, nice.
So we're excited about that fact. The growth is not all that big as I thought it might be. And so right now, we're just sitting back and waiting to see the other results of the tests that were done last week. The results we got was the week before. So it takes about 7 to 10 days. So the results we're receiving is from the week before. Last week's test and some of the tests we're going to do this week won't be coming for at least another 7 to 10 days. And then and only then will I feel more comfortable. If this continues and we keep it at a very low rate, hopefully we can start talking about reopening and recovery.
On that note of recovering, hats off to the county in terms of the food distribution on the west side. I know you guys said 300, but actually came out with 500 bags. So under promising, over delivering. Hats off there. Any updates on any more of the food distribution?
We're working right now for the Haiku community. We haven't gotten all the specifics yet, and as soon as that is all the details are worked out, we will look to announce it, hopefully in the next day or two. And if I do, I'll let you folks know. I'll let the Pacific Radio Group know the specifics on our food distribution. And then we're going to look at maybe tweaking a little and working more closely with maybe the food bank and other providers. We want to continue to do this program, but we want to expand it and maximize the amount of people we can touch, especially that 29, nearly 30,000 unemployed workers throughout this county, especially here in Maui, where it's well over 28,000 unemployed workers right here in Maui County. Maui Island, I should say, Maui Island.
Wow.
And so, we're looking at how we can maximize, expand it. Like you say, if we say 300, how can we stretch it to 500 or 600? Under promise and over deliver is the way we'd like to do it each and every time. And so we're working on that. We're working on our health program, putting more money into that. We're beginning to see some federal and state funding that was promised to us has been coming now, and maybe we can get some of the programs we desperately need started or continued. The Small Business Administration, along with our chamber program, is starting to help small businesses. So there's a lot of small candles that are brightening up the horizon for us. However, again, we're still not out of this pandemic. We still need social distancing. We still need good hygiene, and we need to wear masks or some covering. I've not mandated that, but I'm looking to in the very near future. I wanted to make sure we had enough masks and enough covers that everyone would have one that needs to have one.
How much mass do you think you went through, the disposable kind, already?
Wow. We brought in over 30,000.
But you personally, though? Like,
me personally?
Yeah, because you do a lot of talking and a lot of public appearances. Like, what?
Well,
what?
I got to be honest with you, Kavika. Very few public appearances over the last month.
Okay.
Mostly you see me doing news conferences or press releases.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten in front of a group. In fact, any groups that I have gotten in front of is by Zoom or other, like Blue Jeans and other means of communication. So no, I got to be honest, it's been over a month since I sat in front of a big group of people, more than 10 people, which I don't allow, right?
Yep, exactly. Practice what you preach, yeah?
Yes, so I believe right now we're at a crossroads, and this is the other area that I've asked the governor to look at reopening the beaches for exercise purposes. I think that's very important. We have people walking on our streets, but some don't feel safe, I should say. Some of them look at our side of the roads, and we don't have sidewalks in some of our community because they're rural. Mm-hmm. And so that makes it a little unsafe also. So we need to look at our beaches as another means of exercise. And I understand, and I will support no loitering, no sunbathing, no reading of books, and all the other social distancing issues. Let's not have them on the beaches. Let's keep them at home, keep them in your backyard, keep them away from the beaches so that people can use the beach for exercise, even for some relaxation. I like once in a while just to walk on the beach, just to let your thoughts flow and take in that salt breeze and refresh your whole mental approach to the world.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. The few questions we had from listeners, you actually gave the answers to. One was,
I'm sorry.
No, it's awesome. You did it on your own accord. What's up with the beach closure situation on Maui from Misty B on Instagram yesterday? So when you look at the opening of the beaches the way you just described, is this enforced by DLNR or is this enforced by county police?
Well, DLNR, DoCare, is the front, is the one that's supposed to have the jurisdiction on the beaches. Okay. They've asked us for help, and we've been assisting them, along with our National Guard, to warn people, to move people on. When it comes to actual citations, our police have been asked, as law enforcement, to cite those who don't obey the rules. Okay? So DoCare and our police can cite people on the beach for infractions of the rules that we have set.
Okay.
So I'm asking the governor to really clarify that so that we don't have this challenge. What's a beach? What's a beach park? High water, vegetation line. All of these different issues are very confusing not only to our law enforcement, but to the public at large. Mm-hmm. And I want the beaches really, in my heart of hearts, to be reopened. I think most people, if you look, I know there was the sandbar incident in Oahu and Waimanalo and Lanikai and people congregating and getting in groups. And I understand why the governor took that action. But I want to say it this way. Let's trust the people and say, if you do what is right, the beach is yours again. If you don't, hey, maybe we got to step it up once more and close it down. So give them a chance. And I think most people will rise to that occasion. And the knuckleheads that I call them will be really hard-pressed to be there without people saying, hey, what you doing? Don't do that. I think people can self-police themselves, but let's try it first before we say no to it.
Exactly. You did go on, actually, Tina M. from Twitter on Friday was wondering about the results the past couple weeks. You went over that. And the standard result time frame, what is that? How much days?
There are some clinics who have some capacity, maybe 60 to 80 tests can be done like within 24 hours.
Okay.
But that can't be done for all the tests. And over the last 2 weeks, we've done somewhere around 2,500 plus tests, along with what the hospital and others are doing at this time. And so that ramping up causes more delays because now even those quick turnarounds only can do so many a day.
Mm-hmm.
And so we try to balance it out. So my response to that, to be really safe, 7 to 10 days. And I understand the Premier Group, Dr. Scott and his group, have been calling only those that prove or show positive results. If you don't hear within 14 days from them, you can rest assured you're negative.
Yeah, okay.
But if you want to check, you can call them. But that makes it hard because they're inundated with calls, and that takes away from the actual testing itself. So to answer your question real quickly, 7 to 10 days, and if you don't hear within 14 days, I tell you what, you're probably, according to Dr. Scott, negative, and you're safe.
Okay. And finally, questions. This came in last Monday or Tuesday, was it, via Instagram. Anthony R. Asked, is this virus as harmful as they say? How many deaths have we had total due to just COVID-19 and nothing else related, like heart attack or other health issues? That's the first part. Second part is, and when do we see the light at the end of the tunnel for things to possibly go back to normal?
To answer the first part of that question, I don't know. Because as you read, there's a susceptible age group, the elderly, and those who have pre-existing health conditions. They're more susceptible. But they're more susceptible if they get flu, pneumonia. Mm-hmm. I mean, anything, because their immune systems many times are compromised or weakened by whatever the initial health challenge is, that anything else entering just compounds it and many times could be fatal. So that's a real hard question to answer, that the person just died from COVID-19.
Yeah.
COVID-19 is a virus that helps and hurts those who are least able to resist. Healthy people are the ones that have recovered. Of the 24,000 or 25,000 they've tested, many that proved positive have recovered. I think of the 580, 400 and something have recovered. So, again, good percentage, just like the flu, recover. But those who are susceptible with health issues, generally they're the ones at risk, and they're the ones that have, in most cases, passed away. So to say, yes, the COVID virus is dangerous, absolutely. How dangerous with a perfectly healthy person, it's difficult because not many of them, or many of them who get them, do recover. But it's those that have health issues pre-existing that are at great risk. The second part of the question is, I see the light. It's small and it's flickering, but I see a light at the end of the tunnel. I am hopeful that we can start reopening and recovering in the not-too-distant future. What does that mean? Kavika, I got to be honest. I won't speculate, but will that be in the next 2 weeks, the next 30 days? Really, it depends on the numbers over the next week or so. I think that's what all the mayors and the governor is looking at. And if we have to shut down, we will incrementally put the shutdown together so that we have the opportunity, if numbers start to really look good, and I think the other key is, do we have a test that we can test people to make sure they're healthy with the antibodies and all the other issues that they're referring to now? And Dr. Scott told me there are a couple of tests that he's been researching and that will be coming out soon that have a great accuracy rate. Some of the ones you see on TV, their accuracy rate is appalling. And so I wouldn't advise taking that for gospel. It may give you a quick point in time, but it may not give you what you need to know. The antibodies that's going to protect you and like catching the measles or chickenpox. Once you got it, you never get it again. These are the issues that haven't been resolved, and that's the light at the end of the tunnel. I see flickering, I see hope, and I want everybody to know we are in this together. We have great hope. Keep praying, keep social distancing, good hygiene, wear a mask. With all of that, I think we'll come out of it a lot quicker than if we don't.
Yeah, I agree. Mayor, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Thanks for answering the questions. And hey, you get some rest, huh? Can you get a full night rest, at least one night? Because I'm hearing you in some of these news conferences, and man, you sounding a little run down. But hey, keep on keeping on, huh?
I want to rest, but until I feel like we really got a good handle, I can't let the people down of Maui County. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And so I know my wife and others like you, I got it. God bless you folks, and I will try to pay more attention to it as best I can. But be safe, be healthy, and God bless you all.
Mayor Victorino, thank you for the time. You take care. Thank you.
Aloha.